Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It is almost Friday. Has anyone, since we fall back, been falling off? I feel like I am so out of whack with the time and the darkness, and my body is like, girl, we supposed to be asleep. It's only 8:46. It's totally been throwing me off, you all. Um, Every night, as I told you all, I'm going to be going live with our 5-day challenge. And the time change has been jacking your girl up. But we here. We here. And I'm excited because I've been able to talk to some of you all who've been doing the things. Super excited about that. I'm excited about what we're going to talk about today because I believe it's the direction of businesses. And so if you're not utilizing these tools, you are setting yourself up for unnecessary work. All right. So tonight we're going to be talking about leveraging AI assistance. All right. So if you're coming in, say hello. I know it's a little bit later than I've done the other 3 nights, but we here. And if you get to see it later, you can do the replay. I want to just talk about why I'm doing this 5-day challenge. If this is your first day tuning in, I decided to do this 5-day challenge because I thought about this time of the year. It's quarter 4, and it's when we are trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to go into this new year? What do I need to do to prep for the new year? And for many of us, it's about getting our systems and our processes in order. And sometimes we just don't know what we don't know, and then sometimes it's like, I've never tried this tool in this way. And so before we start talking about getting fundraising and money and marketing and branding and programs and building a team, we got to first make sure our operations in the back are on point. And so this 5-day challenge, I decided to just focus on let's get organized. Let's get some things streamlined. Let's get some things automatic. Let's work smarter, not harder. All right. And so we started off the week talking about Google Calendar. Then we talked about email templates. And then yesterday, I was talking about just scheduling tools, right? Things that can help you with that. Today, we are talking about leveraging AI. And AI has been such a big topic, I would say, within the last year. Some people are scared of AI because we've seen movies like iRobot and just seeing like the Jetsons and like what is happening to our world if we're so reliant on technology. But something that I tell parents, even when it comes to reading, and we're like, oh, technology is taken away from reading. Technology is a tool, just like any other tool. Like if you're eating, a fork is a tool, right? All these things are tools, and you can choose to eat it with your hands. You can choose to eat it with other tools. It's just an option. And so we shouldn't be scared of options. Options are necessary depending on what the work or the task is. All right. So, what I'm going to talk about tonight are just some tools that are AI, and you can be able to determine which one of these tools can help you when it comes to your job or your business, or when it comes to you doing your daily tasks. And so, I'm speaking to nonprofit leaders, for profit business owners, because we need to figure out how do we stop being so overworked? How do we stop being so bombarded with all these like minuscule tasks when we can really just have tools that can help us to get the job done, right? I've actually used 2 of the tools I'm going to talk about today that helped me get through some jobs and some different things I need to get done. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing so that we can get into this. Again, if you are joining, say hello. Love to hear if you utilize any of these tools and if any of the different things I've been sharing have you found helpful. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump on in. So this is a part of my for-profit brand, my consultant brand, Jurema Gorham LLC, where I use my background as an educator, a entrepreneur, and philanthropist to really help individuals grow their businesses. So to give you a little background about myself, I am an educator through and through. I have been a teacher since 2008. I have taught everything from kindergarten up to high school, and I am just always about how can I help people to be better. My business for Jurema Gorham LLC, I started in 2020. So we are 4 years in. And I really started this to be an answer to a question that I had. Is there a one-stop shop that can help me in building my business? When I first started Burst Into Books, I was going to workshops, talking to other business owners, going to trainings, watching videos, reading books, going to podcasts, because I couldn't just find the one place where I can get things. And so I really wanted to build an entity that can do that. I modeled it after me actually getting my home. Okay. When I got my home, it was a like suite full of resources. Like the realtor already had a lender, and the lender already knew this person. And it just made everything so easy because everybody was interconnected. And so I wanted to be able to use my relationships to do that for others. And so I'm grateful that Jurema Gorham LLC is continuing to growing in that way. But I'm also in school. So I am currently a PhD candidate for curriculum instruction, working on my dissertation, soon to be Dr. Jurema Gorham. But again, I mention that because all of these are going to lend towards how I'm helping business owners, and also why I'm doing this workshop as well, because time management, organization, and utilizing these tools has saved my life and my brain and my sanity. Okay. I've worked in the nonprofit sector since I was 18 years old. I'm now 41, and I founded Burst Into Books in 2018. Right. I started my nonprofit being a full-time teacher, a student, and also a single mom. And so I understand wearing all these different hats and then also trying to balance and build your business. Since August of 2018, Burst Into Books has grown our budget 6 figures. Also, we've been featured on a number of different media outlets, partnerships with both national and international partners. I have hosted events that are 1,500 plus and also 50 plus community events, both virtual and in-person events. I've helped individuals build systems and high performing teams, and I have coached startups and organizations who are trying to restructure and creating sustainable and thriving business, right? So I share all of this because I take all of these experiences into these workshops, into working with my clients, into just sharing this information, because again, I'm not sharing anything with you that I don't use myself, all right? And so this is going to be like a snapshot of how to utilize these tools. I will be announcing tomorrow a workshop that will go more in depth. So if you need one-on-one help and really like implementing these going into the new year, I got you. But I do want you to know that this is not going to be a step-by-step tutorial, but definitely just an introduction to these tools and how they can help you in your business. Okay. Good evening, Shine. Good evening. I hope all is well. So let's dive on in. So supercharge your workflow with AI. Automate, simplify, and innovate. Again, we should not be scared of AI. It is our friend. It is going to help us not just now, but into the foreseeable future in multiple ways. And so what is AI and why use it? The definition is AI stands for artificial intelligence. It refers to technology that mimics human intelligence to perform tasks and solve problems. Why should you use AI? It saves time by automating repetitive tasks, right? So if you're repetition doing the same thing or the same task, or sending out the same correspondence, or trying to do the same like monthly posting on social media, or you're trying to create the same narrative that goes out to your clients, why not use something that's automated to do that? It also enhances your productivity through smarter tools. It gives you an opportunity to improve your accuracy in your writing and your planning and your organization. And then some popular applications of ways to use AI is like for writing assistance. So for those who are doing grant writing, those who are doing email, as I talked about email templates, you can use these AI tools to help you with that. If you're doing any kind of like reporting, any kind of research, definitely a great help. Also for note taking and transcribing like any kind of conversations, AI can be super, super helpful in order to capture that information. And then task management, being able to really just like manage your tasks. and be able to just like balance out your workload. Yes, Mo, I love AI as well. Okay, it's definitely becoming a part of my team. So it's an overview of some popular AI tools. So Chat GPT, I think, is like one of the most popular ones. I actually use that today. It is used for drafting content, brainstorming ideas, and answering questions. Chat GPT is just really just an opportunity to just pull resources from multiple different places in order to help you in some decision making as well. Grammarly is another one. It's enhanced writing by checking your grammar, your spelling, your tone, right? If you communicate what type of tone you're trying to relay through your writing, or you want to make sure there's no grammatical or spelling errors, Grammarly is a great tool. The outer AI is great. I've seen quite a few people starting to use these in like Zoom meetings, because it is a great way to transcribe meeting notes and generate summaries. So if you're unable to attend a meeting, or actually if you're in a meeting and you just want to make sure you don't miss anything, I've seen quite a few folks that have their outer AI in there, just taking notes for them so they can go back and review. Notion AI is assisting with project management and generating to-do lists. So again, these are all different tools that are quite popular when it comes to AI tools that can help you streamline your business. What are some using AI for common tasks? So for instance, writing assistance, if you have to draft emails or reports or blogs, right? So if you have a blog, you can use these AI tools to help you in generating the content for that. It can refine your tone and improve the clarity with tools like Grammarly, right? So as you're writing, you may be brainstorming, just doing bullet points, but it can like refine it to make it clearer, or also like it says, just refine your tone. And then when it comes to note taking, being able to record and summarize meeting discussions with outer AI, and then you can turn audio recordings into actionable summaries, right? So if you are in a meeting you're just discussing, you could just get like a really quick snapshot as far as what actually happened in that meeting. And then for task management, you can use AI to prioritize your tasks and generate schedules. So you can say, hey, this is what needs to be done. The other day, I was creating a proposal for an organization that I'm going to do some work with. And so based on when the start of the event is to now, and based on all the things we said we want to have happen in the event, I just said, hey, create a timeline from now until that date. And it gave us week by week ways that we could be able to get to our end goal. So again, using it for task management. And then you can set automated reminders and recurring tasks. So again, using AI is definitely, I think, a great tool for any business. Now, some ethical considerations when using AI. Transparency. So clearly disclose that AI generated content is used in communication. So for many times, people are like, even now, right? jokingly, jokingly, I was talking to somebody and they're like, "Girl, you didn't use that AI for your dissertation." I'm like, "Absolutely not." Right. However, there are opportunities when you are trying to like brainstorm or get ideas for an event. I am transparent. Like, hey, I use Chat GPT to get this information. Because again, you still need to go back and get your sources. You still need to go back if you need to go more in depth. This is really just a general search. This is not the end of the work. So be transparent about where you're getting this information. And then also understand that there's bias awareness. Understand potential bias that outputs and review critically. Again, this is a computer. So it's not going to be like, oh, this isn't a source that is aligned with Jurema's values, right? Or this is not a source that is telling content in which is align with the question is asking. You do have to still read. You still need to sift through the information and make sure that it's truly what you want to utilize for your work. And then privacy. Avoid sharing sensitive or confidential information with AI tools. So I would not be including people's address and phone number, social security, any kind of like very personal descriptive information in AI, because what something like a Chat GPT does is it takes all the responses and information that it's been receiving and starts to craft the tone. It starts to craft the types of things that you want to discuss and tries to craft what are all the types of information you're interested in. And so if you do put some sensitive things in there, it's going to already have it kind of in its ecosystem, as that's the type of stuff to pull. And you may or may not want that to be the case. And then human oversight. Use AI to assist, not replace. Let's start that again. Use it to assist, not to replace human judgment. All right. Again, this is just a tool to get research, to get information, to get ideas, but we still need to have human oversight on what is happening in the space. Now, as we think about our ethical considerations when using AI, we want to think about what's an activity that you can do in order to become more familiar. Because I think really the fear of AI is because of lack of opportunities to engage with it, right? Let me read some of the comments before I get to the activity. Some AI learns your writing style and you can ask it to create using your writing style. Exactly. So for instance, when I had to do like a summary about births into books, I put in Chat GPT, like, how can can you summarize births into books into 250 words or less? Because I have been plugging in the different programs we've done, the neighborhoods we're serving in, also was getting some ideas for an upcoming program. It had some general information to be able to say, this is how I can describe births into books. And actually, when they gave it back to me, I was impressed. I said, okay, ChatGPT, knowing the work that I do, right? But again, it learned my work because I have been plugging in constantly the types of things that I'm looking for, information we're building out, and then things that we're doing. So it made that task simpler, right? So it was able to actually start putting in my tone, using some of the terminology that we use, like village, and being able to talk more to just being able to say like our stories matter, because I say that often, remixing the narrative, being able to have lingo that was similar to what Births into Books is aligned with, right? So community oriented. It was just really, really cool to see how that tool is starting to pick up on who we are. I'm grateful that it's good information. Again, I'm just sharing this because I believe it's something that is very much so needed in business and something that I would love people to consider. So now let's go back to our lesson of the day, right? So integrating. So this is an activity I would like for you to do. As Mo likes to say, you are such a teacher. You're going to give us homework. I sure am. I'm going to give you homework every single time, girl. And even just in conversation, it's just in me. I just believe application is the best lesson, right? The best teacher. So activity, how do you integrate AI into your workflow? So the objective of this activity is for you to explore and apply an AI tool to enhance your daily tasks. So I want you to choose a tool. Choose either Chat GPT, it could be Grammarly, it could be Outer AI. Again, Outer AI, if it's not something that you're familiar with, why not try something new? If it is something that you're familiar with, think about new ways that you can utilize it. Using the tool, complete a task. So I want you to either use Chat GPT to be able to draft an email for you, as we talked about getting your email templates. Utilize Chat GPT to do that, right? You don't have to create these email templates by just your brain. You can say, I would like to have an email template for these 3 things. See what Chat GPT gives you. If it doesn't come fully the way you like it, add some more information as to what you want them to add, and they'll revise it for you. So drafting using Chat GPT, summarizing notes, maybe using Outer AI, or organizing your tasks, right? Being able to go through and use AI for those things. And then I want you to then reflect on how the tool improved your workflow. I want you to think about not only just the quality of what it gave you, but how quickly were you able to get it done, right? Also, how much of brain power or time, or also just how was it able to help you to just work more efficiently? I want you to just really reflect on that. And then Reflect on this question as you're doing the activity. How can AI tools help save time and improve your efficiency? Because that's what we're about, working smarter and not harder. Okay. So as you're watching this, I would love for you to say in the chat, what is the AI tool that you plan on leveraging for this particular activity? Okay. Now, as you are thinking about the tool that you want to use to be able to improve, I want you to think about what are some tips for maximizing your AI assistance. Start small. Focus on one or two tools to avoid being overwhelmed. There are so many things out here you are on the market. And so I already just gave you some of the popular ones, but there are definitely other AI tools. But start small. If you've never used the AI tool, pick one and then just get good with it. That's how I feel about social media, you all. Like I think it's my age. Facebook is where I feel most comfortable. Instagram, I'm growing. TikTok is a stretch. And so I've perfected, I believe, my interactions with folks on Facebook. Instagram, I'm starting to learn how to build more organic audience as I'm doing more things. And TikTok is a stretch. But I worked until I got to a point where I felt more comfortable with those tools. So now that I feel comfortable with Facebook all the way, Instagram better, I can now go into the end of this year to New Year. My stretches are building more on LinkedIn and TikTok, right? Same thing I want you to think about for AI. Maybe you've never used an AI tool. Okay, let me start with ChatGPT. And then once I get comfortable with that, you're in some Zoom meetings for work, or you have a Zoom planning meeting with a client, maybe try to see how Otter AI can work for you. Okay. But again, don't get overwhelmed. And then combine the strengths. Use AI tools alongside traditional methods for best results. Right. So I don't want you to fully just be reliant on just the AI tools, but combine some things, combine some ways in which you have been utilizing tools in your business, and just try to see how you can incorporate an AI tool as well. And stay curious, explore new features and updates to keep improving your processes. So I learned today, right, how I can create these different channels of chat GPT. So everything's just not like a running list. I can create different streams of searching. Didn't even know it, right? Because I'm just plugging it in, getting the information, keep it moving. But similar to how we have Google folders within our Google Drive, you can do different branches of searching on ChatGPT. That's something that I'm curious about. I'm going to dig deeper in so I can utilize the tool better. So again, start small, combine your strengths, and stay curious. So what are our key takeaways from today's workshop? Why should you leverage AI? All right. Why should we be leveraging AI? You need to automate your workflows and it saves time. It can improve your accuracy and efficiency in writing and organization. Ethical use. You want to make sure that you are prioritizing transparency, your privacy of information of both yourself and others is being respected as you're using these tools, and that you still include human oversight. We're not going to just say, oh, we put it in there, we got our paragraph, we're good to go. You still want yourself to read it. You want somebody else to read it to make sure it's still speaking true to what you want to give out into the world. And then practical application. With AI tools integrated, you're ready to streamline and innovate your work. So again, 2025 is our year. It's our year to be able to work smarter, not harder, to be able to utilize tools in a way that can best help us with our businesses. And so we have now had 4 workshops, right? 4 workshops that are focusing on how do we streamline our businesses. So we've talked about Google Calendar. We have talked about templates, email templates. Yesterday, we talked about scheduling tools. Today, we're talking about AI. Our last workshop is tomorrow. And during that workshop, I will be also announcing an in-person workshop I'll be doing before the end of the year. So hopefully you're able to take this information, utilize it for your business, Please let me know which one you're going to use to do your activity. If you have any questions about any of the different AI tools, let me know. Trust me, it's going to be a game changer for you when it comes to your business. If you are watching the replay, again, as always, I'm encouraging you to join our Impact Builders Network. It's our Facebook group. I do daily information and support. The group has really just created its own family, its own village where we are sharing resources with one another. I appreciate all the people who are a part of it as we continue to grow throughout this year and next year. More things will be happening in that group, but I want to invite you to a space where, as you're building your business and as you're thinking about next things, you can use this information and you can have a community to help you as you're building. All right. Hopefully, you all are enjoying this Thursday evening. Your girl is tired. I'm about to head to bed, but I wanted to make sure that we got into day 4. So I look forward to our last day tomorrow, and you have some more tools to add to your tool belt for your business. Until next time, take care.